Hey everybody, welcome to all our new subscribers. We have got ourselves a tribe of people who are not going to allow excuses to hold them back. Yesterday, I launched a new video announcing that although I've been diagnosed with brain cancer, I'm not going to allow it to become an excuse that holds me back. But instead, as I start radiation and chemotherapy today, I'm also going to start training for an Ironman triathlon today. And when people saw that video, I know what they were thinking. Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Chemo and radiation is difficult enough on its own. Why would you add more torture on top of it? And in this video, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to show you how you can find your own why. A purpose so compelling that it'll help you to push on. And I should know, starting radiation and chemo today, the last thing I want to do is start training for an Ironman competition, but let's get to it. Let's get going.
Today is your first day of radiation treatment. How you feeling?
You know, for first day of radiation, I'm nervous. I was nervous last night, praying, trying to get the peace of God, but I just had that knot in my stomach. It almost felt sick to my stomach. Took a while to fall asleep. I was tossing and turning back and forth, and then I woke up with that anxious, nervous energy of like, let's do this, let's go. But to be honest, I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
I think I'm scared of the unknown. I've never done this before. I know it doesn't hurt. I know it's only 10 minutes, but it's just there's so much packed into it. What it means, what it's what it's all about, and then I'm also scared of the one thing that I do know, what it feels like to be in that mask and how smothering and suffocating that feels. And so I'm scared that I'll have some kind of panic attack. Well, it's done, and I'm happy that the first one is done and over with. Let's get out of here, and we'll talk more outside. It was better than I thought it was going to be. It was way worse getting that mask fitted. That really felt smothering, and it felt, I don't know, like I was drowning in that thing, because when they made it with water as they spread this sheet across me, this netting across me. But the mask itself really wasn't that bad. I was able to see through it, breathe through it pretty easily, and not being in a really tight tube made it not too bad either. So yeah, it wasn't that bad, and it went by relatively quickly and trippy. I mean, you don't feel it at all, just like you don't feel radio waves around you and stuff. I know later down the road I'm going to feel the effects of this treatment, but as far as that, 15 minutes that I was in there, wasn't that bad. I think because I was so proud to just make it through, I kind of feel like, okay, I've accomplished enough for the day. I'm done. And what I'd like to do, instead of using that as an excuse, I'd like to flip that around and say, well, if I accomplish this, then I can accomplish whatever my day holds for me.
Are you going to train, or are you going to go home and take a nap?
Well, to be honest, right now I've got this kind of adrenaline energy. You know, I went in very anxious, and then going through the whole process just released that energy. And so I feel good right now, but I bet you anything when I get home, that adrenaline dump's gonna come and I'm just gonna wanna take a nap. And so I think it's important right now to decide that I'm going to train. Even though we're in Houston, I just saw lightning, I heard thunderstorms, and so another excuse not to get out and train, but I'm deciding right now, yes, I'm gonna get out there. My daughter is my why. Absolutely is my why in all of this. I wanna do everything that I can to give myself the longest life with the highest quality of life so that I can really invest in her life. But not only that, the reason why I'm training for this Ironman triathlon is because I want to inspire her. I want to show her that there are some things in life that just seem bigger than you, seem like they're too far out of reach. I remember when I was a young kid watching Ironman and thinking, these guys are superhuman. And the thought never crossed my mind that I could possibly do that one day. Now that I'm older, I think, you know what? I could do that. And I want to do it right now because I want my daughter to see me when I'm at my lowest of low, get back up. I want to instill that lesson in her heart that no matter how hard you get hit, as long as you're able to find hope and get back up, you can still accomplish the dreams that you have your heart set on. And I don't know what the longevity of my life is going to be. And so I would have rather waited a couple years to get started on training for an Ironman when she's a little older and able to understand it. But I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna get started now so that I have the best chance of actually competing in and completing this thing. I'm gonna document it so that she can watch it later. And I just figured I might as well put it up online so that if it inspires other people along the way, then that's awesome. And as we were driving in this morning, it's a day of firsts. It was my first day of radiation treatment and will be my first day of training for the Ironman. It was also my daughter's first day at a new school. So we brought her to an art school out here in Houston. She's been so excited for it, but this morning we could just tell how nervous she was. She was so anxious. And it was so cute in a way, because it bonded us together. She asked me if I would sit in the back seat with her on the drive-in, and she wanted me to put my hand on her little leg, and she just wanted me to be close to her, comforting her. And as I was driving in, I was just praying for her that God would give her the strength to overcome her anxiety, and that also my influence on her life now, that I'm there for her now, will instill in her those qualities needed to press on and persevere in life and be resilient no matter what may come. And so I'm proud of myself for making it through. I'm going to be even more proud if I actually train in a moment. I'm going to be proud to pick up my daughter and to congratulate her on overcoming her fears and having an exciting day. I'm sure she loved it. All right, so sure enough, right when we got back to our rental house, this adrenaline letdown hit me and I got so tired, got a headache and thought, I do not want to go back out. And I looked outside, it's pouring rain, thunderstorms. Thank you, Houston, very much for that. And then I had a mix up with my chemotherapy medication, so I'm not able to pick it up at the pharmacy. I got to do some troubleshooting. And so all this stress, all of these little things on top of the big excuse, I've got enough excuses to just call it quits for the day. I want to know, for you, is it the little excuses or the big ones that end up holding you back? For me, I'm not going to let it hold me back, so I got myself in the car. I'm going to take off. I'm going to head to the gym. I typically don't like to run at the gym. I like to run out on the streets, but it's raining, it's hot, and so Houston, I'm going to find me a gym, and I'm going to get started training on this Ironman. Let's go. All right, we made it. Got myself a membership, about to run on a treadmill. Now, when I asked the doctors if it'd be okay for me to exercise during radiation and chemotherapy, they said absolutely, it's actually a good idea. And then I promise you, I'm not making this up, they said, just don't overdo it. Don't try and train for a triathlon. And I laughed and I said, okay. And so I'm gonna ease into things. I'm gonna just do 1 mile today. Back like when I was in middle school, we'll take it nice and slow and see how it feels. The important thing is we're getting started. Okay, let's go. And there it is, 1 mile. Let's see here, pace just under 9 minutes. And I'm feeling good, didn't feel like I pushed myself too much. Kept looking at this sign. The gym tells me to push my limits, but decided to listen to the doctors. But most importantly, I kept my why in front of me. The true motivation in all of this, the why. Yes! Yes! I did it! I did it! I don't know about you, but today I started radiation and chemotherapy and I started training for my triathlon, and the why is what drove me towards it. So what about you? What is your big goal? It could be physical, it could be health related, career, creative, relational. What is it? And what excuses keep getting in the way? Don't let them hold you back anymore. But find a why that is so important to you that it will give you the motivation to push on even when you don't have the energy. And leave your why in the comments below, because it'll help me refine my why and help each other. We got to do this together. We need one another. And I only went 1 mile, and I'm just thinking, I still got to be able to go 25 more miles after biking 100 miles, after swimming 2 miles. I've got a long way to go, but it feels good both in my body, but even more so in my spirit and in my soul, because this is good soul food. I'll see you tomorrow, and I need you to tune back in because I've got some doubts that have been plaguing me for some time, and I want to tell you about those. I just want to open up a little bit and share and see if I can overcome those doubts and show up again for day 2 of training for my Ironman after day 2 of radiation and chemotherapy. I'll see you guys next time.